Okay, let's give this another try. So I blue screen there.
And suddenly another blue screen. Knock on wood.
Okay.
Skyline.
So, making your way in, you can see a number of off-duty guards, helmets on the table, big old tankards of ale, laughing and generally sort of joyful atmosphere. These are probably mates that have gotten off of work. You can see a number of other nobles just off in the corner enjoying a fine wine. You make your way up to the man at the bar. Different than you remember.
Yeah, I remember it being a woman.
Yeah. He's a tall, kind of thin man, gaunt features, thin lips, sort of slick back hair, wears a brown apron, and a small golden dual-thumbed hand as a brooch.
What happened to the other one? The lady who used to run the desk.
Well, see, she went out with the rest. A number of nobles were discovered to be using this inn as a meeting place to incite violent rhetoric against the town leadership. The innkeeper was permitting it. As such, this place will come under new ownership, namely me.
Right, and I've not been here for a while, so what's all this business with what you just said?
Well, word on the street, there's a number of handyman loyalists still out there that need to be stamped out. Law enforcement's coming down hard on him. Good riddance, I say.
And I'm guessing that had something to do with them lot that just got carted out.
Yeah.
And they were loyalists, handymen lot.
If you ask me, there probably were handyman loyalists. Otherwise, what's the reason to get them arrested? I don't pay much attention to it, and I quite frankly don't care if they're handyman loyalists.
Well, just seemed odd there was an old woman there. Either way, it's their business. Got any rooms?
Yeah, we got a number of rooms. He kind of thinks for a moment as he peers at you. You're Vela Marbridge, is it?
You might have me mixed up with somebody else. How much are rooms?
Make a deception check.
I know I have an ostentatious appearance, but how would they know that I'm dressed?
You're a half-orc. Those don't exist.
They don't exist. You must be telling the truth. Alright, hang on. It's been so long since I've had to roll a deception. I don't think I've ever had to roll a deception. I've never needed to. 17.
Alright, so this guy's like a commoner, so it would just be a bog standard.
Watch him crit, just bite me. Hey.
Right, okay. Well, we've got a number of rooms for rent. It depends what suite you're looking for.
Just something basic. I ain't looking for anything too fancy. Not gonna be here that long.
Let me just double check living expenses.
I know basic is a very different descriptor.
Yeah.
Compared to ones. Basic is it only has 2 baths.
Okay, so
That would be on point with Balthasar.
just be a gold for a room.
Sorry, what was that?
Gold per room.
Right, here you are. And he'll slide the gold over.
Alright.
Does that come with food or that extra?
Alright, comes with food.
Looking around, Jenner, how packed is it? Because you said there were people like here after shifts or whatever, so...
Yeah. Seems like he's getting some moderately good business. It's not, by any means packed, but it's still, you've got like Probably about 20 people in here.
So is this it when it's quiet or when it's busy?
Oh, it's when it's quiet. We're in a quiet day. It's usually in the evenings when it gets busier, when all the black Handguards come off from their shift.
Well, I think I'll have my food now and save the effort of getting through the rush.
All right, what you having?
Whatever you got, so I'm not picky.
He kind of shouts around the back, and your food, whatever kind of food you wish is prepared for you.
Yeah, he'll just take what he gets. He's not too bothered. He's a little unnerved to be picky about his food. It's like, this is food, I don't need it.
Yeah. Okay.
And he'll get himself a seat, ideally off to the side if there are any, just out of the main purview of anyone who would enter.
Okay.
And just enjoy his food.
All right.
We want to pan over to somebody else?
You can indeed. Who wants to do something here?
I'm tempted to do something, but I'm currently taking in information.
Okay. In that case, we can. I'm getting some DMs. Okay. Liska, what are you doing?
She's just kind of wandering around the city. She hasn't been here before, so she's just going to kind of meander about, taking the sights, like visit the shopping district to see.
Okay.
Just what they have.
So, there's as you kind of venture down towards the foot drifts, this industrial heart and centre of industry and commerce throughout the town. Some businesses have been boarded up and foreclosed. Other businesses look fresh in appearance, though you've never really been here before. It's clear to see that some of these businesses are new and seem to have recently sprung up. You can see
Is it like a sharp kind of juxtaposition? Like there's run down, abandoned, board up right next to brand new fancy shit?
Yeah, in a way. Particularly one business that looks like it's undergoing a sort of rebranding is a store called Lucia's Lace and Linens, accented with beautiful filigrees. Lucia, that's not a common name in this area of the world.
Are there any, like, does it look particularly odd? Like, is there different designs or?
There's a number of Well, look, the filigrees kind of surrounding the sign itself almost look Ambrosian in design.
Okay, I guess Liska's gonna go check it out. She might as well. She doesn't have to be anywhere.
Sure. You see, making your way up towards the shop, you can see shown on full display in front of in the front windows are a number of beautiful Gothic themed dresses and also some stunningly elegant lace lingerie.
All right.
So, Lucia.
Hello.
You've been in Cliffspire for no more than a couple of weeks, and have just gotten back from a rather taxing business venture. But hang on, let me get some better ambience up here. Sorry, give me a moment.
Man, this place is really busy. All these people looking for lingerie.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
That way you crashed was changing the music, or was there like a map or something that made you do it?
I don't know. Really don't know.
I think it's less a roll 20 thing and more of either a memory or a
Yeah.
heat thing.
Yeah, probably a heat thing.
So,
That's just my guess.
So, Lucia, you've just gotten back from a rather taxing business venture, but thanks to the payment from this venture, organised by an old friend who's currently unavailable at the moment, he's organised the buyout of this business from its previous owner. The previous business called Tiny's Textiles, owned by a rather crazed kobold individual, and enabled you to take over. Your dream of expanding your brand overseas to find new places outside of Ambrosia has now been realised, and it's only uphill from here.
Ah, nice.
As you finish stitching a rather frilly black silken corset in the back room of the shop, you hear the bell ring as the front door opens. Can it be? A customer? What do you do?
A customer. Suddenly the fucking theme from what's it called? Sweeney Todd starts playing.
Yeah.
Just wait, what's the rush? What's the hurry? But yeah, upon seeing a new customer, she like gets up from her chair, sort of a bit haggard looking, definitely been very much busy with upkeep of the shop and just being very much on the job between, you know, adventuring and maintaining her new store. But by all means, she's excited to see someone new coming in. And so, she strides up and sees before her this massive, towering woman of a fucking mountain folk. And she's a bit surprised and taken aback for a moment before, like, just clearing her throat and introducing herself.
Lucia, what does Liska see? Describe your character.
She is a pale, sort of stony-coloured lilac demoness. She has sort of blackened rims around her eyes, slight subtle veins upon further inspection. She's wearing sort of Victorian-inspired clothing, like simple yet accented with frills and ruffles in certain parts. She's a sort of mature, sharp face, sort of approaching her middle ages, but not quite. Mid-30s. There's you going. She carries herself in a sort of modest yet elegant sort of manner. Very much posed and like just almost royal looking, though not. She doesn't have many signs that denote herself of royalty, no jewelry or anything like that. She just carries herself like one.
Yeah, she, people from Ambrosia. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, it's just one of those people now. So yeah, I guess after Liska, like, rights herself after bending about in half to get through the door, is gonna look around,
Mind your
hear
horses.
that, and then look down. It's like, oh,
Hello?
I thought that there was something familiar with the type of sign. And this isn't
Oh.
demonic, because she
Yeah.
hasn't spoken with someone in a while. It is
Yes,
nice
it is,
to
Oh, sorry, go on.
no, it is nice to see someone from Ragnarok here. I've had a feel of a lot of people staring, but it's always nice to see a fellow demon.
Ah, yes, it is a slight taste of home. It's definitely been a while since I've heard that tongue before. You've seen, she sort of glances up and down, sort of looking with a discerning eye as she tilts her glasses a little bit familiar. Do I know you? What is your
Liska's
name?
Liska's gonna tilt her head and just be like, perhaps my name is Liska Aluma.
Liska.
It has been quite a while since I've been to the homeland. But if you were in Ambrosia during the tournaments to decide the twins' escort, I was in the final match.
She sort of pauses for a moment, I sort of like looking up as if recalling something. And she goes,
This be about 40 years ago.
40 years ago. No, I don't think I was around that time. But, She kind of like glances her up and down again, sort of like trying to recall something. And then it suddenly hits her and her eyes instantly light up. Oh, you're Liska. Liska from the Blagan, no? Part of the affiliation?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. Just more sort of an acquaintance. I do not think I
Oh,
am
I
part of the
see.
Black Hand.
I've heard of stories of, well, in the past 3 months. Oh, damn it, what happened?
A lot of things.
Lost- yeah.
You definitely recall Balthazar mentioning something about the Hunter's Keep in Liska.
Ah, yes. Oh, I believe you're more so from the Hunter's Keep than anything else, though I did hear stories of you partaking in certain events that happened in the last month. Am I right in assuming that?
Yes, that is about right. You know, winning a war, things like that.
Okay. By all means, it is an honor to meet you. And then she, in saying that, she sort of like gives a slight bow. What can I do for you?
Liska's a little put out at the whole honor aspect, but she's like, I just wanted to stop on by and see what all. Again, the sign reminded me of home, and I'm just here visiting for a moment before my. How dare you? She knows what honor is. She's just not used to someone being like, "Oh, it is an honor to meet you." It sidetracked me. Damn it. Oh, I'm just here for a moment before my party decides to continue onward. We're going to the Tahosian dynasty. So he's looking for. He's looking
Quite a
for
ways away.
quite a few. Yes, it is. It is. We're going by machine and cart. But aside from that, I was just. Again, the sign reminded me of home. Not quite the torment style, but still Ragnarokian.
As you look around Liska at all the various garbs, kind of adorning the walls here, there is a very heavy Ambrosian influence in her, what you can only presume to be her handiwork. There's also a lot of Gothic stylings here. Perhaps she may have been influenced by certain aspects of the Commonwealth.
There's she is going. Liska's going to kind of give that a look, and then looking to Lucia, can be like, you know, while I'm here, do you happen to have anything that might be more befitting of Tahosia?
Those, yeah. She gives it a thought for a moment. What do you mean? Do you require clothing that is more suitable to its climate?
Yes, and also perhaps just a bit more suiting to the. And she just kind of motions to her body, and then Lucia style.
Ah, I see. Not wanting to stand out too much, eh?
Well, yes, blend in.
All right.
I mean, and she kind of looks at herself. I mean, I'll stand out, but you know, blend
Yes.
in.
Blending will also having your own sort of flair to it. I might not have anything in stock pertaining to the Taoisean dynasty at the moment, but I could make something custom for you.
Okay. Will do you know how long that would take? Again, we're not going to be here all that long.
Oh. I'm wondering how long will that actually take, John.
A custom order like that would probably take about for about a week or so, considering Liska's size and the different sort of materials needed to make something that sort of resembles Tahosian style. It's mostly about getting the proper materials in stock.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I'll have a look around to see if I have anything available that could pertain to your request.
Okay. I'm curious if would you, and she's just kind of looking around. It's like, it seems you mostly do, I guess, lingerie, the more bedroom sort of things.
Well, you see, it's not my area of expertise, but I more so found a hole in the department of, lingerie. See, the underwear usually in the Commonwealth and the mainland as a whole is kind of lacking that sort of Ambrosian touch that I'm so used to.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
There's Ragnarok is not quite as
People here,
well known here.
People here enjoy the more simpler things, less so of the fineries and the more decorated aspects of life.
Well, and it seems like she's definitely contemplating something, and she's just kind of thinking, and she's like glancing around. It's like, obviously you don't have anything in my size.
Well,
But
I could, if you're looking for something, I could try and modify a pre-existing garment. It would take a bit less time, less than a week maybe.
possibly. Right. Well, I guess, as with all things, you will need my measurements, yes?
Well, yes.
Okay.
Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah. I just hope you will be.
Oh no.
the implications.
She's very, very casual about this sort of thing. Like she's definitely used to this. Like
I don't think she's about to get used to what she's about to see.
categories.
So, yeah. The pussy agrees. So, she is going to, so, where would you want this to happen?
I assume there's like more private rooms off to the side. That's
Yeah. This place came with a number of changing rooms.
Yeah.
Oh,
So she wouldn't be measuring it in the open air.
Yeah, Liska might have to.
I mean, it would be on the open.
Liska might have to stoop a bit, but we could definitely do it.
So yeah, I can actually. Yeah, how tall is she? Actually, might be brushing the ceiling right now.
She is.
Um,
Your horns are just about scraping the ceiling.
Yeah, like weird little track marks that people look up like months from now and be like, "How did those get there?"
Yeah.
Lucy is sort of like watching like her horns precariously, like almost stooping herself.
Yeah,
Just
she's
like
writing her name in the ceiling.
Yep. So yeah, I guess Lisco will, at like the motion of the rooms or like the I guess more private rooms,
Yee.
head that way, and then I guess yeah, she'll just kind of strip down to just the barest, and yeah, that can happen, and we can go somewhere else if you want.
Yep.
Unless you want to.
No.
Talk, yeah.
We can move over to someone else right
Got
after.
the black. No one needs to see this. Maldigardan.
Let me just kick the cat out.
Oh no, what
Wait,
did
get out of
the
there.
cat do?
The
What
last
did I
words.
mention about?
I think I'm gonna need a bigger measuring tape.
The problem is, you might actually be right. I say problem, that is...
Seamstress tapes are length. I think she'll be.
Strength so lengthy.
Oh yeah, like she's not gonna make too much of a deal about this. This is pretty much what she does, like every day.
Okay,
She's gonna be
right.
very casual.
Is the
Yeah,
cat done running his lingerie?
Yes.
Hey Fred, I told you not to teleport into other people's odds. It's rude.
Teleporting cats.
So,
Called this place beast.
what's Angrim doing?
Let's see. We arrived in here. This big ass place.
You in a tank.
Yeah, I was in a tank. I have to park my tank. Where can I park my tank?
Yes, a common American question.
That is about
It's-
as morbid as it fucking gets.
It's
Where can I park the tank?
probably not going to be an easy feat. You could probably park it somewhere outside of the bridge towards Cliffspire, because again, the bridge is too small for the tank. And maybe leave it there. I think that's what we discussed last time.
Okay, I can't parade my fucking tank around some other city. Let them know what weak shite they are. Hey. Well, I'll go ahead and park my tank out there.
Yeah. And
Not like anybody
Step
can start it.
Twist a hatch, tap it, little double tap of steam. Doot doot. Waddle my way in, knowing that I've locked my tank and it beeped at me. Has everyone gone their separate ways at this point?
it seems that way.
Nobody's left.
It depends if Saoyun and Arngrim. Sorry, if Saoyun and Grunka are with you.
I don't know if they've already gone out and done things.
Yeah.
I think Sal was going to get pay.
Yeah, but I think that'll come a bit later.
Okay.
Yeah. The long and short of it is, Velen went to go secure lodging. Sal originally was going to go get pay. Grunka was going to be Grunka, so he's in flux. Yeah.
Wild card.
Yeah. He is
I don't know
wherever.
where and what Grunka is doing.
What is Grunka doing? Grunka
Yeah,
things.
what-
What are those things? Grunka things.
What is Grunka doing?
So he is kind of standing there. It's like, this place again. I remember this place. And then suddenly Webby is starting to get a bit anxious. He's been cooped up in the tank this whole time. Yeah, okay. Wanna like, okay. Webby wanna go like and climb and like do stuff. So he kinda like looks around and he sees the garden with like trees in it. He's like, okay, it's good enough. Let's just go to the little boy spider park.
Yeah.
And he goes over to the park, or to the garden rather, where the people are.
Oh, okay.
Where the dude is lying in the snow and the woman is making sure he's alive.
So, the guards kind of at the front of the garden, they do recognise you, or at least from what they've been told, it's seemingly, and they do kind of part their pole arms for you, and you are allowed entry into the garden. Haruk, you are asked not to be disturbed during your meditation here, and yet you hear the gentle plod of unfamiliar footsteps in the snow behind you. Has interrupted your meditation.
Could you just kind of give him a weird like look as he's like sitting there in the snow, and just gonna like walk over to one of the trees.
You watch as this strange goblinoid seems to raise up a hand, and a small, large for what you normally expect spiders to be. As it scuttles up the trunk of the evergreen tree, and just nestles up in the leaves.
Yeah, and Webby starts to like spin webs and just swing around. Just
Do spider things.
Yeah.
it's kind of like training on making a web, and just climbing up and down. Just really like stretching his little legs because he's been in the tank however long it takes to tank over from Dune Hollow to Cliffspire.
One thing you do notice, Grunker, Webby seems strangely fixated on the old woman standing near Aruk. Sorry, near this strange, looks to be some sort of orcish individual.
Oh yeah, look, it's another vellum. Very nice sound.
Wow, racism.
Oh look, it's vellum. Oh no, wait. It's a male sow. Oh no, there's more of them. We're just gonna look at Imsa. You're just gonna look at Webby. You're just gonna go, no, Webby, no. No, she's not food. No. I know you could, but no. No eating.
So, Haruk, how do you react to all this?
At first, a little irritated that he was so finally he had found that deep concentration to start meditating, and then someone came and disrupted it. But then that kind of frustration disappeared pretty quickly when he realized he had never seen this type of creature before, and he'd be kind of filled with a bit of like curiosity. Imza, what kind of creature is that thing?
Oh.
It's like you, but weird.
Oh dear. Have you never seen a goblin before?
I can't say I have.
Oh. Well. They are a small group of people, about my size. They're generally a bit of a rumptious bunch, but I don't know if I have seen this kind before. They're normally green, like yourself, with red eyes. But this one is his skin is like rock, and his eyes are dark, like coals. And what a lovely little pet he has.
There's a moment where Webby, to your how do I explain it? To your chagrin, to your fright, seems to kind of crawl down the trunk of the massive evergreen pine tree, scuttles across the ground, and begins to sort of scuttle up the hand, or rather the back of this strange old woman. For God's sake.
Ed, friend.
Oh, okay, there we go. Hello?
Hey, Jenny.
No.
Welcome back.
Fuck's sake.
The haired friend is fucking Webby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were just
We're
saying,
trying to play catch up to the guy with over 30 movement speed.
in fairness, you are bald, so everyone is a haired friend.
God, it's like technical difficulty after technical
I have more hair on
difficulty.
one of my cheeks than you do on all of your head.
Okay,
That is
Silence.
so-
Beardlet.
So, Grunker, as I was about to say before Discord chat itself, to your worry, you see as Webby kind of scuttles down the side of the great pine tree nearby, over across this sort of marble flooring of the garden, and up towards this up the back of this strange old lady, this elderly halfling woman.
Oh, you. I think you cut out a bit before you heard anything. Heard everything, Jenner.
Right.
So Haruk walked up to the tree and like held up a bit of meat for Webby.
Oh, right, okay.
And Webby, about to go down, realized that this is very high up. I'm scared. He then takes a bit of web and like kind of ropes it down and tries to like fish up the meat from his hand.
Right.
Because it's a bit too scared to go down just yet. Because also it's a big man who he doesn't know.
Yeah. He watches Webby sort of rope pulleys the small little chunk of meat up into his mandibles and just munches away at it happily.
He's a bit shy.
Haruk, you see a number of other individuals enter this small garden. A rather stout but very, very bulky looking dwarf individual with surprisingly no beard, but a glorious thick mustache of pure auburn hair. and also a what looks like some sort of other orcish individual. Slightly kind of a greyish green skin, red eyes, definite sort of appearance of armor, sort of influenced by the Empire of the Celestial Dragon. It's probably one of the city folk to the southern areas of your homelands.
That's an omen.
Did the fuck you call me?
An omen.
An omen.
How does everyone react to this?
I don't know. So Haruk is a bit of a fan fiction, so I don't know how much of his lore is
It's a big
relevant.
world. It's a big world. I mean, could very well be canon. Well, I mean, it is canon at this point.
Where there are cities, there are tribes.
Yes.
And where there are tribes, there is a Haruk.
Yep. Haruk is... I don't know how you would react to a... not really a tribal orc, but they are an outside orc. They became separated from, like, civilized orcs when orcs first fled, like, that cataclysm, which I'm forgetting. The dark magic cataclysm, evil necromancy.
Jade spreading.
Yeah.
The Jade.
There was
the Jade Storm.
Jade Storm. The tribal orcs I kind of look down on is tribal and uncivilized and like outsiders and exiles. But in truth, that's how most city orcs would view Haruk. Haruk had a half brother. They were both full-blooded orcs, mind you, but he had a half brother that was an imperial orc, and they almost killed each other when they first met. That's how deep the hatred can go, especially when you bring up like bad blood and old history and stuff.
Congratulations, you're in luck, because Sao is more or less a little oblivious to the fact that he's tribal. She just thinks he's some kind of, and I'm sorry to say this, Sable, but weirdly dressed vellum type, as in, religious wares.
Well, discuss it in character.
Sad. Who goes first?
Well, we waddle in at the same time. Well, I waddle, you kind of have a normal walk. We see Grunka, and we see what? A big orc man. He's holding out meat to Webby.
Correct.
You can also see a number of kind of small idols and totems scattered around the place. Some are carved from stone, others are carved from wood. Looks like sort of stakes impaled in the ground and giving off some sort of soft runic glow.
Oh, that's magic.
Sao just mildly raises a brow at what she still thinks is religious display of magic, then sort of gives a greeting nod towards Haruk. But you can feel that there's a light tension, but it's unsure where this tension is coming from.
You would definitely be able to feel that same tension with Haruk. He's pretty apprehensive about meeting Imperial orcs.
With a slow tilt of her head,
Oblivious to the tension, Arngrim waddles up. Hello! As he goes right over towards Grunka and kind of turns a little surprised seeing the tall orc. Oh, and hello to ye.
Greetings. He
Hello.
is pretty awkward with his comment, so he stumbles over his English a lot.
Hello. Thanks for the meat.
Of course,
Yeah,
I have to
we've
pay
been-
tribute to forest spirits. I believe this one is your protector spirit.
Oh, he kind of scratches his bald head a bit. I think so far I'm more the one who's protecting him, but it's yeah, he's not very old, so he hasn't really, you know. I mean, I guess yeah, I did save him from a seagull when he was newly hatched, but I wouldn't say it's like a spirit. Who are you?
I am Haruke, but my
Oh.
friends just call me Aruk.
Oh, hello, I'm Grunka.
Imza.
Hello, no, I'm Grunka.
No, I'm talking to Imza now. Oh
Oh.
God, are you playing both characters?
Yes.
I have determined.
This is exactly what we wanted to avoid.
I have determined that these goblins are respectable people.
Oh. Oh, it seems like this one is not quite as interesting.
All right, I'll stop referring to Imza. I didn't realize you were playing both characters.
Oh no, I'm very fine with this. Tell me, she's gonna look towards both Grunka, Angrim, and Cao. I feel something about you. Oh, and you too, little boy. You too. You have a.
Is she talking to the spider?
What do you mean? What do you mean? It's very normal.
He just leans over to fucking Sao Yun. Is she talking to the spider?
Sao just leans a little back and says, I think she's talking to us, you included.
Oh! I mean, oh!
Oh. Yes, I am. I feel that there is something interesting about you, group of people. It's like your impact on things around you are more than what a common person have.
It
Like
is
you're-
because we aren't common. We are. Elbows. Come on, Sao Yun, do the thing. He kind of strikes up a pose. A hammer strike.
Sao, in a lightly joking but still effortful manner, does the same pose, but
Come on,
it's
you
clear that
Said you
she's...
do the thing. Yeah. He gets
It's-
into it.
It's clear that she's just trying not to giggle at the whole pose thing.
Exactly. Yeah, Avon's got it.
I see. Well, so you are adventurous, I take it?
One could call us that.
That might explain it.
Adventurers, mercenaries, hired killers of beasts mostly. So why are you sitting down here in the snow?
The city gets loud sometimes. Hard to think. Spirits are often shunned from cities. This is the only place I can go to commune. Although it is very cold.
Oh, that's not good.
I feel you on that. It is quite cold, but at least it's nice and quiet.
thought the snow was pretty at first, but it's biting the skin.
It's
Yeah.
pretty,
Fire
but
doesn't make the chill go away.
Yeah, I don't like the snow. We don't have snow.
Hmm.
no. Granka is from the underground.
Yeah. We have no.
He barely knows what the open sky means.
No. I don't. Webby. Webby, come down. What do you mean? Oh, no, it's not that high up. But you can. Oh, okay. Hang on.
Webby seems to gesture towards Imza with as best as spider can gesture with like its body.
Oh, I see. Wait, hang on. Okay, right, hang on. I get you down. Okay. Because again, I'll start climbing the tree.
Webby begins to slowly kind of drop himself on his web down towards your back. Happily scuttles on.
Okay, we go. Slow and steady. Yeah, I mean, you know you can climb on like surfaces, right? You don't need to be worried about falling.
Webby just scuttles beneath your vest, or at least part way. He's going a bit too big for that now.
Oh. Ooh, it's a little chilly. Okay.
This is like the whole thing about teaching a puppy that can sit in your lap and it grows too big and still want to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's also like a cat who climbs a tree and then realizes that wait, I can't come down and help. Even though it can like climb vertical surfaces, but you know, it's a baby. Gurka's gonna like finally get down on the ground, and I assume Vimse is Webby is gonna jump down and then like scuttle off towards Vimse.
Yeah. Which is Webby sort of scuttles up this old woman's back, and sort of just sits there for a moment.
Oh.
Almost like he's enthralled by her for some reason.
I think he likes you. Yes, it would seem that he does. Oh, what a little cutie. He's of the giant spiders category, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah, he's a couple of months old, but shouldn't be, you know. He's getting pretty big. Let's see how big he gets. He's a bit, yeah, you know. He's a little boy, I think. I don't know, honestly. It's a bit hard to tell. Oh. I guess I like walk over to Imse and Webby.
Okay, so what's Almgrim doing with Salyun?
So he's standing here with Salyun and so you like meditating too?
I'm not sure if I like it, but it is necessary.
Well, okay, I can understand that.
It's hard to concentrate sometimes. Sometimes the spirits don't
Tell
want
me
to talk
about
to me.
it. Wait, what was that?
And sometimes the spirits don't want to talk to me. I spend all that time meditating, and then they just leave.
Oh, can you see spirits?
Haru's gonna nod.
A divine type of fella.
I'm not sure about divine.
No. Oh, but how do you see spirits if not divine?
It is then Sao sort of snaps
They're all
her
over.
fingers and then looks over to Haruk and then back to Arngrim. I think he's one of the spiritual ones. What's the word? And she's looking for a word, but she can't recall it. Shaman?
That's what it's called in this tongue. Is what most people call me. Yes. The people of my village just called me a spirit man.
Spirit man. I like it.
That's not a bad description.
Do you mind if I, as he points down to one of the totems?
Of course.
Carefully,
it's not that
but
good. It's just made with a carving knife. Actually, I can roll to see how good the totems are, the craft quality.
yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Let's see. It's not
I
that
don't
good.
have my character
Crafting
sheet, but
27.
I don't have a character sheet, but our at this level I think our proficiency is like 4, 3, 4,
4.
Yeah.
4 plus 2. It's not that good. It's a really bad one. Quite ugly totem.
Literally.
Oh.
Oof.
Like you said, it's not very good. I just made it with a carving knife.
Yeah, it's kind of admittedly a bit
Jank.
bit shoddy work from your expertise as a dwarven craftsman, Arngrim.
That's... Oh, that's a...
Oh no.
Oh,
That's a
you
good
craft
try!
too? Let me. You craft too. Let me see. Immediately starts frowning as he looks at the craftsmanship. Oh,
Picks it up, frowns, holds hand, kind of knuckle the lip. Do you possibly, you said Haruk, right? My name's Arngrim, as he holds his heavy gauntleted hand out and very up high to you.
Haruk's gonna hold his hand over his head, kind of like what you're doing.
Right. and he'll just, hold your little totem with both hands and hold it out back to you, giving it back. How would you like to, cause I have some time to kill and nothing to do, how would you like to make some new crafts for you? I can make you some proper tools if you want something more than just a carving knife. Maybe if you had a right chisel, you could make something worthwhile.
I've never used a chisel. This is the knife that has been passed down from spirit man to spirit man in my tribe. That's how we've always made totems. But I'm not very good at it.
I have a respect for that sort of tradition. I don't want to disrupt it.
Oh,
but
I do have something to show you. Perhaps you will see this as a little better. I spent a long time on this one. And he's gonna hand you like a wooden knife. Like everything, like it's a knife, but it's entirely out of wood. And this would be considered like a mastercraft for his people. It's a spirit knife.
Oh. Do you mind if I appraise it for a moment?
As long as it doesn't break it.
It will not.
It's gonna sell it.
No,
It
he
wouldn't be
holds it
worth
up
very
between
much.
2 fingers, turns it around on one end, turns it to the other as an eye flashes.
Oh.
You just went and did that.
It's not. It's just a wooden knife. If it had any value at all, it would be purely like archaeological or culturally valuable. It's not. If you were to go to like a merchant, he'd be like, "Yeah, I'll pay like 2 silver for that." It's a really nice wooden knife. It's a cool toy. How's that?
It's still a wooden knife.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna look over it. It's got no magic. Nothing. He's
Spiritual
just sort of
artifact,
mumbling
not
to
bad.
himself in Dwarven. You're right. This is a very good piece of work.
Oh,
It
thank you.
truly is.
You can use it to
I
strike
haven't seen
spirits.
anything like it.
It wards off evil
Hmm?
spirits. All you have to do is strike it or point it at one, and tell it to go away, and it'll be afraid of the spirit knife, and then the evil spirit will flee. I've only made a couple of them.
He's gonna reflect that on his identify, and then what he just said. Does it look like he's bullshitting him?
Haruk has a -2 to deception, so I mean he's being completely genuine.
Oh. That's very interesting. I couldn't discern that. He'll pass it back before he holds onto it for too long. What a wonderful craft.
Haruk's he's gonna smile now and dip his head in thanks.
Let's see, do I have anything? Well, the most glaring thing that I have on me. Yeah, here.
The two guards, the 2 black hand guards who were on guard at the entrance to the garden, sort of turn over their shoulders. For fuck's sake, Discord crashed again.
I don't know what a shed is, but it sounds like something you could live in.
Well,
Okay,
for someone
come back.
my size or theirs, as he points to the 2 short stacks.
Okay.
Yes. Welcome back.
You must be like. Hold on, I gotta think of the word. I gotta dumb down how I speak for Herrick. Not that he's a dumb boy, but
But he has
he's
a
not very
simple
good at
lexicon.
English.
Trade tongue?
Is that
His
noticeable?
His lexicon is not
He's
very
not very good at
verbose.
trade. Yeah, it would be noticeable. He's not very good at trade tongue. And any orc who talks to him would probably think he's also really bad at Orcish.
He's
gonna-
like Arnold
you talk to him and
Schwarzenegger
he's-
for Germany.
He's gonna rattle through a couple languages, and of course the trade tongue. You're not too good at this. You're gonna prance over to Dwarvish. Can you speak this?
Hold on. Actually, let me check. I think he can read Dwarvish script only because he can read Primordial or Elemental, whatever it is.
Because if it's a language, you can read and write it, unless he.
He can't speak Dwarvish now. Or hold on,
Okay.
hold on. I gotta go get his character sheet open. I gotta go open the other game for this.
Oh boy. In the final language we would rattle through is actually giant.
Let me see. I think he only knows Orcish, Trade Tongue, and like Primordial Script.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all he knows. What the fuck are you
So
doing
he's
here?
not very good at talking with the two languages he knows.
Well, I mean, he's very fluent in Orcish. It's heavily accented by ages and ages of isolation from an empire.
He's Australian then.
Yes, he's Australian. His British is almost unrecognizable.
Ah, so he's Scottish.
Wow.
More like a Cockney
Cockney.
Cockney accent, yeah.
Cockney.
Jason Statham, yeah.
Yeah, Jason Statham.
So there's a lot of similarities.
I love busting out a Cockney accent around British people. They're just like, what the fuck?
What? Anyway, okay.
Meanwhile, while these two are just gushing over their own craft, Sao is just standing there, arms crossed a little, and she's just giggling a little at the absolute fucking nerds they are.
Here, take a look at this one. This is a totem. I can use it to call spirits to me. When I activate this one, it turns everyone's skin to stone.
Oh, take a look at this. He pulls out some fucking more chisels and stuff. These are stonemason tools that I use to carve stone.
You can carve stone? only the greatest crafters in my history could meld stone.
Do you want to learn?
Boy, would I! Would you be willing to teach me?
Sure. Crafting is a gift to all. The ability to make something for the next generation is what defines the last.
Did you make that armor yourself too?
I did.
You can work metal? Only the greatest wizards of my kind were able to work metal.
Yeah, let me show you something. He's gonna pull out a few small square stones. They're flat. They're like little stone plates, and on them are a series of twists and carves and lines. They're runes. These haven't been enchanted yet, but this is Akteshi, giant runes from the empires of long bygone centuries from when we were slaves. From it, you can put magic into things. If you learn how to carve stone, you can carve these runes. From that, sprinkle it with some magical dust, and should you have the ability to call forth magic, channel it into the stone. From that, you have runes you can put onto things to make them magic.
Fascinating. Oh, he
You
would
seem
use the
like
word
a good
fascinating.
man.
That's really something. Well, I'm
You seem
not a
like
man,
a man of
actually.
spirits.
I'm actually an orc.
It'll... I see the area.
I didn't catch a word of that.
It's there's a
As yeah, you're breaking up something fierce.
Here.
Oh,
Here.
Okay. Hello.
okay, there we go. Yeah, Discord's shitting itself right now.
According to the legend, metallurgy is something that's lost to us. Could you teach it to me so I can bring it back to my tribe? Is he
Sure.
here? Okay, there he is.
Tell me some bits about your tribe then. How about that? Yeah, actually, I'm gonna be honest with you right now, lad. It's cold as shite, and this might not be the best place to go about thinking.
Oh, but I came out here to think.
Have you considered perhaps that... actually... You don't like being inside, you said.
I'm not in the city. There aren't any spirits. It's too loud.
Too I have a tent.
I mean, I can go into the city. They have good food.
I make...
You must be a clan crafter. Tell me.
I am. As he swells with pride, his chest just juts the fuck out. He brings out a little sigil. It's a guild artisan symbol.
You should have told me you were... Oh my god, now I'm going into your accent. You should have told me you were a respected elder. I would have given you the compliment you deserved.
No. People are people, lad. How about we goes about and we learn something? Because if you're out here in the cold and the snow and trying to think and doing things with spirits, I already like that. I like you. Unless you turn out to be some weirdo, at which case, well, I'm not as good at judging folk as I think. But that spider looks cold. That's a little old granny. And yes, and to be honest, I can feel me mustache getting brittle. How do we feel about going somewhere a wee bit warmer?
Sounds about right.
I suppose I can do this later. Maybe tonight.
If you're gonna do it tonight, may I suggest you get a warm fur coat to wear, because temperatures out here are gonna be cold as fuck.
I believe he's
Have no fear. Even in his art, Haruk is wearing a bear pelt. I have many heavy furs.
fair enough.
No, I have a lad that's quite a bit like you, but more looks like, well, some of the folks walking outside. He's an odd lot. Strange, but good lad, mostly. He went off to find some lodgings. How about we ask around and we try and find him? And, you know, we can sit up somewhere nice and warm and comfortable. I'll make us some snacks and we can start discussing things.
Does that mean you'll teach me?
Yes.
I would be honored.
But you must teach me in turn. I don't really care what. But fair is fair. If I teach you, you teach me.
I don't know if there's anything I can teach a respected elder. You already know it all. You're the clan crafter, even.
Well, I don't know about you and your kind.
Would
You
you like
could
to hear the
teach.
stories?
I would like to hear the stories. Oh, actually, Sayun, shall we get our payment first? You're owed your money. If we use that, we'll be able to get for a room.
I can go acquire the payment on my own.
I don't want to have to find you again. How about we all go together and we meet up with Vellum?
That could work.
Do you remember how to get to the place? Because I have never been there.
I think I do.
Okay, fantastic. Ark, I think you said? And,
yes.
I don't know her name. What did she say her name was?
This
as
is
he leans
also
up.
a respected elder. This is Imsa. She is also a spirit woman.
Oh!
Is this a
What?
terrible explanation of things?
As Arngrim's thinking, why are there two potentially very powerful people right here? Are you adventurous?
No. I think they call me a mercenary now.
Okay. Well, would you be willing to walk with us a bit while we go get some money so we can hire a room? We just have to pick it up. It'll only be a wee bit.
I can go with you.
Imsa?
Yes, dear. Hello.
Atlas died.
Oh, oh no. We're all dropping out.
No, I'm here. 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry, I was being talked to.
Right. As Haruk,
So,
as
he's just gonna ask, Imsa, you know what? You willing to walk with us? Can I steal you and Haruk away from the garden?
Oh, that's fine.
Okay. So Yoon's gonna have to lead us on this one, but she's got the Sherpa.
Eh, it's fine.
as mention of payment is said, Haruk and Imsa. You both of you have already been paid for a certain very risky business adventure, and as this group seems to mention payment, there's something about that strikes you as odd.
That's okay. They seem really nice, so it's probably not suspicious.
Yeah. Alright, so, as Sayun begins leading you towards, what she mentioned, this, what was mentioned as this place for payment, seems to be up in the spired clefts. You put two and two together, Sayun. This is likely Alston Manor, the place that was gifted to the Black Hand by Saris Talonwood.
Yep. After we
The mayor.
Indeed.
yeeted his supposed best friends, who turned out to be an Arcanoloth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, as
We
you
two banished spirits.
Indeed. As you turn the corner towards Alston Manor, you can see the sort of purple and gold banners across the numerous high-rise estates here. Clearly, some sort of celebration is afoot here. The first thing you notice about Alston Manor is you can see it looks very different than what it was previously. You see a large building constructed in classical stone architecture that's been built on its premises. Imsa and Haruk, this is normal sight view. You've visited here for the past few days or so. This appears to be the headquarters of the Black Hand that you've been hired by. The rest of you, this is quite unusual. Chiseled across the top of this building, you can see the words both in demonic and trade tongue, Bank of the Black Hand. The familiar double-thumbed handprint insignia wrought in gold near its apex. A number of stonemasons are currently busy putting the finishing touches on it as business seems to be happening within.
Sao is just mildly chuckling to herself as she just sort of says out loud, without even thinking it, still in, a normal tone of voice. Huh. Balthazar really has moved up, hasn't he?
That name perks your ears, Imza and Taruk. As you work for him?
I think I work for them. That person you mentioned.
We do, Taruk, do.
Sao just
now.
curiously turns around to look at them, still walking, but still sort of mild eyebrow raise, like,
Oh.
huh.
Yes. We were hired.
And what is it that you do?
We were hired to do some work across the ocean.
Oh. Huh.
It was nothing special, but it was quite an endeavor.
Well. I
It was-
see.
Yeah, it was very hot.
Well, I
Unlike
think
here.
I didn't much like that evil spirit we met along the way.
No, he was quite the figure, wasn't he?
That sounds
Evil
like you have
spirit.
quite the story to tell.
you know what a good story needs? A good meal and a stiff drink. Hey,
I like
so
you, funny short man.
don't you live here?
Technically, I do. However, I haven't been back here for a while.
How about we get everyone together, and since, well, it's your first time back, we ought to celebrate, yeah? So, why not I just make you some food?
That does sound like a good idea. I'll have to make sure that we can do so.
Yeah, alright, you ask, talk to all them, and I'll start thinking up some recipes, and we'll go from there. How's that?
Alright. But I will have to warn you. No more than 3 courses. No more.
Alright, no more than 3 courses, not counting dessert and appetizers. Because those aren't courses, and if anyone says otherwise, they're a skinny twat.
He is right, you know.
I hate the fact that you are, but still, try not to overdo it. I know you like food, but
Listen, I promise you nothing.
I know.
As he's got like this shit-eating grin as he looks up, he wiggles his mustache in that telltale sign of I'm being deceptive.
You're making your way towards the Alston Manor here. You can see more changes. There's a few other workers appear to be cleaning off. As to kind of give you a glance off to the side, seem to be cleaning off some remnants of some words on the side of this bank, crudely smeared in black paint that says "Poor Staff while Elites Gorge." Probably some sort of vandal's been by here. You can also see the large water feature in the manor's front yard has been refurbished to include a tall marble half-nude figure draped in cloth. This appears to be a very flattering depiction of Balthazar.
But I fucking knew it. Sao gives the statue a singular look before she just gives a short sigh and then just turns to Arngrim. And this is Balthazar.
Oh, I know him. He's the Golden Martyr lad, eh?
I know.
We fought together in the throne room.
I know. It's just that This is... And she looks back to the statue with a mild sense of defeated sigh within her. This is how he likes to display, as you can see.
It's also hard not to notice, posted at various points around the manor and bank is a full regiment of nearly 50 Black Hand mercenary guards clad in full armour. Short of Sarah's Talonwood himself, this is definitely the hub of wealth and power in Cliffspire.
Really, well protected land here. You got more guards than most people.
Yep.
He sort of looks about. Well, yeah, it makes sense if there's a bank.
If there's one thing Balthazar has ever been good with, it is money, and it is getting it protected.
Well, that is a good thing, right?
I say that as an understatement. I know you dwarves, as far as I've heard, build vaults that are basically ages to get through. This guy is about the second best as you can be to that.
Listen, unless he hired dwarves to build some vaults for his bank, we have vaults made of mithril and adamantium. If he don't got that, he's got nothing on us.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past him to do so.
Ha! Wait, are you being serious?
Oh, I'm very serious.
So, as you approach the gates of Alston Manor, you see that the two guards seem to nod towards Haruk, Imsa, and Saoyun, and they open. They kind of they part their pole arms, unlock the gates, and let you through. No issue.
Nice.
And as you approach the two grandiose polished double doors, upon either of them, again, gilded icons of splayed double-thumbed palms. As you enter what looks like, let me get some ambience. Let's see. I don't have the image on me right now.
Might have to narrate it.
Yeah. So, you can see what looks like some sort of reception area. Atlas, considering its design was under Balthazar's direction, how would you describe it? Fucking Discord.
reason to go
All right.
to it.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
But
Right.
also, yeah, I mean, I'm fine standing out and listening. Like, I don't need to. Don't worry
Hello?
about me. Is what I'm saying.
I'm a fan of staggered introductions.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, what's up, Jenner? We
Welcome
can hear
back.
you.
We can hear you just fine.
Right. Okay. So, considering opening up the double doors, you went to what looks like some sort of reception area. Atlas, considering its design was under Balthazar's direction, how would you describe it?
Okay. You enter a double-door reception area. Along the left, there is a series of benches with banners of the Black Hand behind them. There's various potted plants. There's notably 2 heavily armed guard at the far end of the doorway that leads to another set of large double wooden doors. These ones much more decorative with patterns upon them. To the right, it is lit by a series of candles up along the walls, actually on all directions, but to the right immediately there is an L-shaped desk. There is a receptionist behind it, probably some, just statistically speaking, some pretty lady who could be more persuasive with nobles and clients, who's probably got a very high stack of paperwork right about now, and there's a little bell at the table as they're there. They'd be in immediate eyesight upon opening the door.
The young human woman, probably in her sort of mid 20s or so, kind of looks around towards the door as they open. Ah, welcome. So young. I believe. I'm not mistaken. From what I've heard.
Well, that is me.
Oh, what can we do for you? You see, she's there's a number of guards nearby. She's sort of handing out kind of small satchels of money to some of these the Black Hand guards who've been waiting there, presumably sort of handing out pay.
Well, I'm here to pick up pay for the time we have missed so far. Besides that, having a look around.
Very good, very good. You are one of the founding members of the new Black Hand, right?
Correct.
Very well, miss. I shall get your payment right here, no problem. With that, she kind of reaches on.
Before you do too much, there is also payment for. She sort of taps her finger a bit as if she's trying to recall a name, but it somehow slips her mind for a moment. She sort of half-heartedly gives up. I'll tell him when he gets here.
Very well, miss. With that, she kind of leans down under the table, kind of rummages through a few organised sacks of money, and lifts up what looks like quite a hefty satchel of gold onto the table. I also presume the gifts that Master Al-Ruin gave you are to your liking, yes?
Very much so.
What are
Rather
your,
intrigued by them, actually.
what are the what are the opinions on the rest of the party? I'm sure Master Al-Ruin would be delighted to know.
This is where Sao sort of slims her eyes for like a brief second before she just, I want to say, plays along. So far, all of the gifts have been accepted rather graciously, actually. Although I will say for a bit, was a bit unusual.
Unusual how? Are one of them broken? Do they need to be replaced?
No. The gifts themselves, the fact that we were given them, that was a bit unusual, shall we say. We weren't really expecting it.
Well, Master Alruin was a generous soul in life.
Perhaps a bit of a penny pincher, but in some cases, yeah. And she did that with a joking manner of speak.
As you say this, you notice out from a small port high up in the wall near the ceiling flutters a familiar figure. A teal-coloured imp dressed in prim and proper purple dress, carrying what looks like some sort of rolled up piece of parchment with a blue-coloured mage hand. And she calls out down below as she kind of flutters down near the cloak at the front desk. With your passive perception, you'd be able to kind of hear this sort of hushed breaths. A word from dear Balthazar to the other members, if you please. He's been waiting very patiently. You hear the clerk respond with, thank you, Lady Calissa. And the imp flutters off back up to the port, gives your familiar face a wave, Sagan.
Is she asking me to step forward?
She talks to the clerk at the front desk, and as she as you catch each other glances, kind of stands up for a moment and excuses herself from the other guards trying to get payment, and opens a small side room and asks you to follow. If you follow me, please. I believe we have something to discuss.
Alright. A bit hesitantly, she looks back to the rest of the people before going ahead.
As the clerk kind of leads you off into a small private side room, she kind of lowers her voice a bit. I also presume that Master Alruin has informed you of a certain need for an artifact located somewhere in the dynasty, which is vital for his return.
This is where I, as the player, cannot recall.
Yes, we were. Jajar was the one who brought it up back in Dune Hollow.
Right, that's where the disconnect was, because... Alright. Sao gives a sort of slow acknowledgement in a nod.
I believed he called it never lowers her voice a bit more. The Skull of Actuin.
So far, so good.
Since you are headed that way, he is also requesting something else of your group. I believe he would like to speak to you in person, or at least the rest of your group.
And this is where Sao just slowly raises a finger to her lips before looking from the ground and then back to the clerk. It is by my understanding that Balthazar is dead, as in, dead. However, I'm also aware that he had a certain ring on him at the time of death. However, I do not know how far ahead he is in reconstructing his own body, because Saren did live with that.
He has entrusted me with quite a bit of close-to-heart information.
I would believe so, otherwise you'd not be standing here if you did.
Indeed, and I do not intend to break that trust. So, if you would be so kind as to gather the rest of your compatriots, we could discuss this a bit more in depth.
I'll see what I can do.
Sooner rather than later, I would imagine. I would not like to keep Master Alruin waiting.
Speaking of, actually, my friend Angrim would like to prepare a little bit of a... I had to order him to use this, but he would like to do in this manner a feast as a way of celebrating that I've returned here, and we have a moment of rest. So...
Well, it is my understanding that so long as you are members of the Black Hand, you gain full access to the manor, and any friend of yours is free to utilize it as you see fit.
Good to know. It has been a while since I've been here. So,
Very well. We shall be waiting the rest of your the rest of the group's arrival. Thank you for your time, miss.
it is okay, and don't worry. I won't tell. And she sort of winks.
She gives a nod and returns back to her desk. And of course hands you the satchel of gold before she goes.
And that goes straight in my bag of holding, because I'm pretty sure that is a fuck ton of coin.
Yeah.
Bag of holding, another bag of holding. You all done. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. So we could fast forward here if you will so choose.
What do people say?
It kind of depends, because I don't think Vel's gonna want to go along. That's the annoying bit. I feel like it's putting a damper on the narrative. Sorry.
She doesn't want to come. That sucks, but it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, he was hesitant to begin with, and seeing all that he's seen just from like the short time he's been here, he's not overly keen on going right into the den of the beast, especially with the notions he's got. But I'm sorry, I'm sort of spiraling in my own brain because I'm having.
It's your character.
I know, but I'm out of character. I feel like a dingus that's not progressing the plot.
Yeah, you dingus.
I mean, the party's progressing the plot. They're getting their stuff.
I
To
know.
be fair, this isn't plot. This is just a
know.
side stop.
I was just worried that, the prerequisite was everyone being there. As a character, he wouldn't, but as a player, I feel like I should for the sake of facilitating. And I'm just going back and forth in my own brain.
How about Sao goes seek out Vellum and try and talk him into it?
Okay, and then we
There
have
you
a
go.
dialogue.
Character
and
moment.
That's fine.
Won't you come get your own pay?
That is actually why she sort of funnels for the name, because she absent-mindedly tried to recall Vellum's name, but she couldn't recall whether or not he was actually, part of the Black Hand, signed on as Black Hand +1, and so forth, because there's been back and forth on that
There's
front.
not a lot of kerfuffle about it, yeah. But yeah,
So-
dialogue work, because I do my better thinking when I'm in character.
Eventually, you surmise from what Vellum said, seeking a place, a place to stay for the day.
I can take a guess as
Yeah.
to where he is, because
Yeah, well,
he is a creature of
A
habit.
wanky weasel.
Yeah. Probably the Lofty Lapine.
Yeah.
So would everyone be there? B-team and Valor.
Lucia is invited, I guess.
Well, Lucia and Liska are currently occupied, but
It's been a while, but yeah, I think
they're still occupied. I'm just kidding.
Probably won't take like several hours to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
measurements. At most, it would be like an hour and a half at most.
Mhm.
Double checking
know,
the measurement,
the-
and then
I guess for sake of easy,
that
because
was the
whoever
joke.
wants to be there is.
I know.
So regardless, asking around Liska, after you've finished your measurements, you've set up a custom order for Lucia's talents. And eventually, asking around, you figure that probably one of the best places to stay would be the lofty Lapine, located in the Spired Clefts. You can choose to make your way there.
Doesn't Liska have an earring? Don't we all have earrings?
I believe
at this
so.
point? Yeah, she'd just be. See, I imagine Vellum said where he was going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think my memory's terrible, but I think he was.
Because there's a weird thing. We kind of cut off at an odd time last.
Yeah,
session
we
for this game.
scoodled to the end rather quick. I feel like
so. Even with Arngrim parking his tank, he'd still cross the bridge with everybody. So that's what was kind of an odd thing about it. But Liska would
I'd say Vellum
look around
where he was going because he knows Sao would, but there's 2 new people, so he wouldn't be that discouraged.
Okay, so so Liska would eventually, I guess, pay Lucia for her services. Don't know how long it would take to get what we discussed, but I imagine not necessarily too long. And then head on to the Lofty Lapine.
All right. And you do find Sao Yun entering the Lofty Lapine pretty much the same time as you are, and eventually you all do meet up. Vellum seems to have bought out a modest looking room for the day. As you all enter, you see Vellum there thinking to himself.
Ah, there you are, Vellum.
Oh, so you get what you needed?
Yes. However, Arngrim being Arngrim decided that we should celebrate us being back in Cliffspire with she just sort of gives a half-hearted, half sort of laughing sigh. A feast. So,
I'm sure the main keep can let him use the kitchen.
That's the thing. The plan is to do it at the manor.
Just gonna pause. I don't like that idea.
I'm aware.
No, you don't understand, Sal. I had some small doubts about my decision before I got here, but I've seen some shit since I arrived. The young and the old being carted off as criminals, propaganda everywhere. It's given me more faith in my choice, and I don't like the idea of going in somewhere where I'm not going to be safe, for lack of a better term. And this is all in like low keys, not blatantly yelling it out across the fucking room. I know you've got your own thoughts and feelings, and your decision is your own, but with the notions I have, assuming he doesn't know already, I could be walking into my death. Especially with Siren still kicking about.
So far I have not seen her. And there's still the matter of you picking up your pay.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's even worth the risk. He does seem to be genuinely thinking, like, he's just hand to chin, deep in thought, looking down.
I get your worry. But will you at least join us for a dinner or lunch, depending on how much Arngrim makes? You pick up your pay, we eat, and you can come back here to stay.
He is thinking for a bit, but then he pauses. Speaking of, have you, especially with everything that's going on here at Cliffspire, had any more thoughts about the decision?
I have, and I already have a decision in mind, but I want to give it a few more. I don't want to say moments, but it's short of the time. Give it a little more time.
Well, we're here, so whenever before we leave might be a good idea. In person's probably what you want to be doing with it. Either way, this is tough. I'm gonna make this easy. Roll me a persuasion, Ducko. Because he is very much on the fence, but there's nothing really been strong enough incentive for him to go.
Alright?
So he's like back and forth in his own brain.
It's one of my more shitty fucking skills, because I have nothing in it, basically.
You never know, man. You never know.
9.
Jaina, what time of day is it by this point?
It is about, I would say, mid-afternoon.
Give me a bit longer to think about it. I'll show up if I'm gonna, and if I don't, then you know where I am. I need some more time to.
Alright. I'll relay the news to Arnhem in case he wants to cook up a little more or a little less. Sort of pauses for a moment. Likely more.
Know him, probably more.
Yep.
Alright. I'll probably, if I can, still haven't got used to the range of these things. It's so flicky. I'll let you know ahead of time if I decide sooner.
Alright. Well, at least you're here. That's something.
Yeah, well, weird if I wasn't.
So I just gives Vellum like a non-serious joking look, like,
Was Liska there as well? Liska? Hello? Can anyone hear me? Right. Fucking Discord.
different than Sao did.
Yeah, so I figured like on the way out. Oh, Liska's here. Hello. At least that's the way I'm thinking it in my brain.
Do not know.
Well, let's assume it is and continue on with the scene.
Right, okay.
Oh, where Liska?
This is a- I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Was you talking to me or Jane?
You.
Oh, where Liska? Found the place well enough, I guess.
I mean, yeah, you know, there's only so many lofty lapines. You just need to ask. A lot of wide-eyed people. I guess mountain folk aren't very common. Even here.
Yeah, not around here anyway. You've been a while. Guessing you've been out and about in the town.
Yes, just checking it out, looking at the different shops and whatnot. There's a lot of weird, like, I don't know. It's just a lot of military presence, a lot of shops boarded up and closing, and a lot of others all, like, sandwiched between ones that are bright, shiny, and new. It's a bit peculiar. Haven't really seen anything like it.
Yeah, some put me on edge a bit. But got a room well enough, so make yourself comfortable if you want. I'm gonna go grab a drink.
Yeah, sure.
Free to join me if you want, obviously. But yeah,
Yeah, sure. I'll take you up on that offer. Keep you company.
sure thing. First one's on me.
All right. I guess let's get Vel. We're gonna go down and get the drink on.
Alright.
Get you a drink.
Get you drunk.
No, not drunk. Get you a drink. Oh no, don't want a drunk
Oh, I
Liska.
forgot to check. You haven't done this in a while. You're best prepared ever.
Oh, I know.
I
That's going to be
can't imagine. I can't imagine they're going to get that drunk.
No. It's like a couple of
I
drinks.
hope not.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Liska's, I was gonna say like Liska's.
Shit-faced drunk. You.
Liska is
Honestly,
like a
I
good
think
8
I
times
think
bigger than
Liska by
everyone.
mass alone needs like twice, 3
Yeah.
times.
Liska is
a bit more.
Liska is very much turning heads in the tavern here. She practically dwarfs everyone. It's like a normal human sitting at a halfling tavern tavern table.
Everything is too small.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
now I'm reminded of that one image from In Case's comic where he has a regular human guy in a tavern that is built and run by rat folk, and he's just giant compared to everything.
Oh yeah, I remember that scene.
So
So yeah, pretty much.
yeah.
And Liska, just from the cube law, is 8 times the mass of a normal person.
Yeah.
So,
the
yeah,
Eight
she's
times
good.
the alcohol content.
the tavern's still. Can I?
Wait, did I just make the lofty lapine the leaning lapine?
Oh my god. Now you'll have to demolish this one and put a brothel down.
Yeah. So I imagine while Velum and Liska are doing that, Sayun's returning to Alston Manor and gathering the throng, if you will.
More or less.
Okay.
Sort of. I don't know how we want to divvy out the attention with all these fancy new characters. But
Yeah. Okay. So so that'll be Grunker and Sayun, the original kind of Black Hand members there. Right.
if I may, gonna have a dialogue with Liska, if that's all right,
Sure. Go ahead.
since they're drinking together.
Mhm.
So, and this is all like low tones, possible. You know what? Demonic, for sake of this.
Okay.
Don't see many demonic folk about, or people who would know demonic from
Make
assumption.
Make a perception check.
Sure thing. I'm sure even if Belt's managed to wrangle some here, there's probably not gonna be many.
20. Difficult to tell from the number of kind of well, in particular, you do notice there are quite a number of Blackhand mercenary guards around. Probably, yeah. Again, most of them off duty. Difficult to tell to judge if any one of them would speak demonic, but most of them seem to be human, or either human or halfling.
Right. Well, just gonna casual, low talk, no exaggeration in the speaking patterns in demonic.
Like sort of keeping it down low, kind of whispering.
Yeah. Just from outside looks, it's just two people drinking,
all right,
having casual conversation. So, from a military perspective, what do you think of this place? You said about the increased presence.
Oh, is this amount of guards not the usual?
Not the usual, but there used to be Cliffspire's own before, well, last time I was here. Now it's a lot of Black Hand guards.
Oh.
Supplementing the military.
Interesting. And isn't the Black Hand supposed to be some like mercenary group or something like that?
They were. I don't know if they still are, but, well, Balth is a man of aspirations.
Well, I mean, if you're going to have a standing city's troops supplemented by your own, I would feel this would be occupation, if anything.
Does seem a lot like that, doesn't it? Takes a swig.
I mean, I've only really seen the shops and the guards. I don't have anything to necessarily compare it to. Is there anything that you've seen that's a bit peculiar?
Lots of arrests from what I've seen. Supposedly they're working for a criminal organization that used to operate around here. We had violent dealings with them the last time we were here and thought we'd snuff them out, but, well, they seem to be coming out of the woodwork, supposedly. And you can tell there's a bit more emphasis on the supposed part, even though it's still all very low-key, emphasizing that word quite poignant.
Well, I mean, who's the one doing the arresting?
Mainly the Black Hand guards. In fact, there was some arrests here not long ago. An old woman, some young lads. Big spread.
So, what is the handyman? Who is he?
I don't think we ever really found out the particulars, but they were running a mine under the town. Were blackmailing or threatening, whatever, the lord of this place to let them do what they wanted, and they were using children in the town for labor. Real nasty situation.
Oh, so he's like some criminal, like underlord or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Now, obviously that's fine and dandy putting those sort of people away. But it's been a few months now, I think, since we thought we got rid of every presence there. And for there to still be arrests today, it's weird that there's so much presence in such a heavy city.
Well, I mean, it is a bit odd. I'm not going to lie. I guess just unilateral arrests tend to be a sign of certain things, but do we know of, I guess, how they're accused, how they're discovered, if they have a trial, if people think the trials are fair and legal? Like, there's
Well-
a fine line between, you know, judiciary diligence and removing potential issues, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I won't lie, I do have a bit of a bias with how uneasy this place makes me. Though, all I know is those guards, no real others, aren't a bunch of people from different walks of life into a barred carriage. Going who knows where. Maybe I'm just thinking too hard about it, but this place ain't what it used to be, and I may not like change, but this seems like bad change.
Well, again, just it's never good to have people disappear into carts that you have no idea where they're going. But I don't know. It does seem suspicious. I will not lie. It's not. I probably wouldn't want to live here if I know that. And I'm assuming the reason we're talking in my tongue is because you don't want to be overheard dissenting at this potential place.
Well, I wouldn't call it dissenting, but some people might take what I have to say negative.
Perceived dissenting.
Yeah, if people are arrested for who knows what, then me talking slightly unfavorably about weirdness is not the kind of attention I want. On a lighter note, what have you done with your day? As you can tell, he's sort of like feeling a bit uncomfortable going this far with the conversation.
Sorry, burping. I've just again looked around at the shops, found a few interesting ones. Happened to run into a demon who owned a shop. Was thinking about potentially. It was a clothiers, a seamstress shop. And I was thinking about possibly getting something that would be more fitting for the Hosian dynasty, but then I realized that given the length of it, we probably wouldn't have enough time. Like, we're not going to be staying here that long. We're going to be leaving either tonight or tomorrow morning. So, no real opportunity to,
Well, how long did they
have
say?
something made. What?
How long did they say it'd take?
About a week?
Well, I mean, if there's anything I've learned from Bal, is that with enough resources you can get a lot done. So maybe they could send it along by courier or something. Send it after us and deliver it that way.
I mean,
I don't know if we
potentially.
can get too far.
Potentially, but then again, I feel like I can just get to the Hosian dynasty and buy something there, and it wouldn't have to be necessarily custom made and using materials and methods that she's not used to. She was a lot more fancy. There's a lot more doubt, dominion of doubt, into her styles than anything else. So again, it was like a little I don't want to say out of her wheelhouse. She seemed very competent, but I got something else from her.
Well, that seems good. At least it's not a wasted trip.
Yep.
So what did you manage to get? You think it's sprucing up your look a bit?
In some sense, yeah. But nothing that you need to worry about.
Like raise a slight eyebrow, like mid-sit, but just shrug it off. Fair enough. So you said you've seen a lot of fancier shops and then a lot of boarded up ones, right?
Yes, it seemed that there was. It was an odd sort of discrepancy. Just you'd have a lot of kind of brand new renovated shops, and then a lot of ones that are just boarded up for no apparent reason, like right side by side. So either people are just suddenly leaving this town, or people are just closing up shops for any reason, or
Yeah, it's weird that there's no middle ground. It's either rich or nothing.
Yeah.
Well, at least with that one place you went to, if they managed to work here and make a living, they must be doing something right.
Oh yes, she seemed, like I said, she seemed very competent, very nice. Perhaps if you want to update your look, you can go there, check it out.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, back when I got these, my last clothes were torn to shit from acid. So it was kind of a necessary buy, but it's a bit tacky, if I can be honest. It got it from an import store. It was more like they had an idea of the style I came from. But it's like if we were in Doonhollow, a dwarven town, and they were trying to sell demon clothes. Wouldn't really be the same, would it?
It's very true, but not. But
You're reminded of that one Ambrosian-themed dwarven restaurant.
yeah,
I
right.
was just about to
EDI
say,
Dominion.
Got this Ragnarok.
But yeah, she just kind of nods like, yeah, I mean, if you want to, I can go check it out. I think she might still be open. I do not know her hours, but if not, we can just come back the next day. And as you said, she might be able to send it by courier or something.
Well, I mean, I can't out to take it. And honestly, I've been here most of the day, so I could stand to stretch my legs a bit.
All right, let me finish this, and then she just takes her
No rush.
flagon and
You've been walking around.
knocks it back.
You need more drink than I do to get any kind of buzz.
That's
Just
fine.
chuckle. How much
Listen
are the
to
drinks
Iggy
total, Gianna? Because I imagine Liska needs the stronger stuff.
She's not like, she doesn't necessarily drink to get drunk.
Oh no, but like to get slight, because
Boozed.
equivalence of master alcohol level.
mild hammered.
No, just slight buzz. That's the best way. A buzz enough to enjoy yourself, but not so much that you start losing your faculty.
I just realised I was muted. A total for that will be about 5 silver, weighted mostly in Liska. Liska's favour, considering she probably drank the most.
Yeah, Balam's gonna pay, like he said, he's gonna pay for this. He's gonna sort of push himself up. Right, I'll see you later then. I'm gonna go see what this lady's all about. See if she can do something for me.
Well, I'm going to.
Oh, you're coming too? Right. I figured
Yeah,
you'd want to drink more than another walk after getting back already, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't necessarily need to drink. I'm a social drinker. You have a drink, social lie.
Yeah, that's fair. A lot of that back home.
Especially in Doonhollow. Everybody's a social drinker.
Yeah, kind of a sport for them.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah, I did my best, but I could not hold my liquor with that one woman. Then again, she ain't in charge for nothing.
Who was this?
This was it's in my notes. God, no, I
Is this
deleted
the
my
lady
notes
you
as a
paid?
result of that thing.
No.
Her name was Captain Thorne.
God,
the
she
other
was
one?
one of the heads of help Jenna.
The
handouts.
queen.
Mara
Queen.
Mara Freefeather.
Mara Freefeather, that was
That's another name.
Lady of the Dagmar Highland, Queen
Yeah,
of
I
Farrenholm.
I remember that. Yeah, we all drank together with that one.
Yeah, everyone showed up and Velen was already drunk,
Yep.
telling stories.
Yep. So yeah, she's going to just kind of lead Velum on a walkabout, head back to kind of show him the odd nature of the shopping district, and then lead to what may or may not be still open. Lucius up.
All right.
All right, so quick note.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm being a bit sneaky here because this is why I didn't use the earring. When we get to the less populated sort of street, I imagine there's a lot of stretches where there's closed shops and such.
Yeah.
I want to see if we're being followed.
Make a perception check.
Another 20.
20. You do see, following about 50 odd feet behind you, a couple of black handguards.
Do they seem like they're just on a patrol route, or do they seem like they're specifically following us?
Make an insight check.
11.
It's difficult to tell. They may be on just a normal patrol route. You do see them looking occasionally at you two. You're not sure if it's just that the fact that Liska by her sheer presence has managed to catch their attention. They're hard to read,
And I am tinged with suspicion. Give me a sec. I want to make sure I got the right coinage. I don't want to go tossing anything with two eye on it. So Venom's going to sort of stop by the wayside and see if they pass, and see if they're keeping firm eyes on the two of us.
They kind of slow down their pace for a moment, and as you kind of stop, they slow their pace and then carry on.
And at that point, I'm going to flick my earring to Liska. Yeah, I had a feeling about that. He's got eyes everywhere by the look of it. I'm going to sort of give a small head nod towards the guards that just suspiciously slowed and then passed.
They both give you a salute.
Liska just kind of like, do they salute? They obviously salute Vellum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liska just gonna kind of give him an odd look, just like, do they not? Are you like a thing with the Black Hand?
Used to work with Balth, obviously, and well, we're all a group, so it came with some.
Fucking Discord crashed again.
Oh, you actually talk.
Okay.
Yeah, because
and
it
that
uses
was-
the
that's
uses the
something
whisper
else.
spell.
Okay.
Well,
there we go. There we
I'll
go.
have to rescind that then, in some sense.
Well, so it uses. So you point your. Okay, so it says you use the message spell. So you point your finger towards a creature within range and whisper a message. In this case, you wouldn't be pointing; you'd just be using the earring.
Yeah.
The target and only the target hears the message and can reply with a whisper that only you can hear. So you do have to kind of.
So hypothetically, I could just mumble very, very quietly, but it would still go through.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to assume that's what Vellum is doing whenever he uses it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for
So
sake of not being
you
fucking
whisper.
obvious, he would have waited until the guards went by.
Yeah. So you whisper, and nobody but the person you want to hear hears it. So your
Yeah,
lips
unless
would
they
still
got
be
really good
moving.
ears, or they're right next.
Oh no, they your lips would be moving, but they wouldn't be able to hear it. So even if they were right beside you, they couldn't hear anything.
Oh, so you could just do like the cadences or mouth it or something.
yeah.
Yeah, plus you mumbling wouldn't be that far off if you're checking your coinage.
Yeah. Okay, good to know for the future. I assumed it was primarily like soundless.
I mean, it is. That's what I'm saying. It is.
Yeah,
soundless.
no, I
Okay,
get
so-
it. It's not in the way I thought it was.
So
Gotcha.
before Discord crashed, I just heard we used to be a. Yeah, talking about
we
Black Hand.
used to be in a group. Then it was about association,
Right.
but he's not actually part of the Black End. Was basically the long and short of it. And
Okay.
then there was talk about being careful, and then they were like, "Right, let's go to the lady."
Okay. So in that case, we can probably pan over to the rest of the people.
As I return to the manor.
Yes. So you eventually do return back to the manor. With Grunker and let's see, Sayun, Grunker, who else? I think that was it. Of the original Black Hand members.
Yep.
Okay, so Sayun, Grunker, and Arngrim. Arngrim, you are allowed by I imagine Sayun to go ahead and start using the manor's kitchen. It is it's weird asking Balthazar to describe the kitchen to Arngrim, to the same character of the same player.
Do we need to?
Probably
Is
not. No.
anyone else going to be going in?
Probably not.
Just have it be like a quick little. It's
It's
a
very well
well-equipped
stocked.
kitchen, for
Yeah,
example.
it is.
Describe
It is a
describe
highly
it-
well-equipped.
Yeah.
Describe it to.
Is Haru joining us actually?
Yeah, I'm yeah.
Oh,
I
shit,
don't know.
okay.
Am I still here? Or
Yeah.
I got lost.
you
I got
followed us.
lost.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
here.
Just got lost in the coffee booze.
I got
Okay.
lost in the sauce as it were.
To get to the kitchen, you go into a main meeting room with large table, many chairs. The side that you would walk up to is nice. The opposing side is obviously nicer. There are fireplaces, and there's 5 Hydra heads that are hanging up upon the opposing the facing wall. And a U-turn to the right leads you towards the kitchen where servants can be. It's crates upon crates of goods, birds held up above fireplaces, strung up from the walls, spices hanging both up to keep them dried out, and those who are already ready in a variety of jars. Multiple tables are out, and a center drain for bloods or fluids in the tiled floor, and ever so slightly slope leading towards that grain for things to be able to flow, or just buckets of water to be able to toss on the floor to clean it off. It seems exceptionally easy. If you are, by all means, perceptive, you can probably smell just dozens of different things in here. It would almost be overwhelming if you're not a trained chef, I imagine. It's got a lot of working area, tons of utensils. It is an incredibly well-stocked kitchen to be able to feed easily a noble manor and 50 servants.
And I imagine Arngrim is like a kid in a candy shop.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure he'll be like, this is good, but the
The palace.
It's no royal palace.
Woven Royal Kitchen is better.
Yes, this is about as good as you can get it until you get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there might be something slightly better, and that would be for an industrial grade like restaurant. This is meant to serve a couple dozen people very nice meals. So it is exceptionally nice.
Indeed. So,
we are there.
and eventually, as time passes, as Sayun and Grunky both wait for the clerk to return, you start smelling these gloriously appetizing smells from the kitchen, kind of wafting through the air vents. and the numerous small ports for presumably Balthazar's imp servants to sort of flutter between the rooms with ease.
Y'all remember Harry Potter? You remember Dobby and all the other slave elves?
Oh god.
Yeah.
Great comparison.
Y'all remember?
Oh, okay. I follow.
But reverse that. Instead of being actual slaves, they're actual servants. Instead of wearing like sackcloth clothing, they're dressed to the fucking nines.
Mm-hmm.
Still calling through pigeonholes.
Yeah,
Yes.
This is Tristy.
It's structurally efficient.
This is Tristy, Misty, and Calissa. Balthazar's trio of nannies.
Ah, yes.
I'm sure they took them
Those.
as well.
I remember them.
They are actual nannies.
Not assassins, not murder nannies.
They're not murder nannies.
But they are capable.
They are noble retainer nannies.
Indeed.
Yeah, but they are kind of badasses.
Yeah,
So don't fuck with
they
them.
have some magic and do not fuck about.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, eventually, the clerk appears behind from behind the next room to the main desk. Sayun and Grunker, you're there waiting. And she says to both of you, Sir Grunker, Miss Sayun, I believe Balthazar is ready to speak to you. She says in a sort of hushed tone.
Sao gives a nod, but it's clear, like, this whole thing about, Balthazar technically dead, Balthazar not being technically dead, it's sort of sitting a bit weird with her.
The clerk seems to pay this sort of confusion, presumably in your face, no mind. She kind of elegantly turns her back and she says, "Follow me, please, to the study."
And as Sao walks, she taps her earring to Brunker. I do believe he still has his on.
Yep.
Alright. And sort of whispers a bit to him. I'll be real here, Grunker. This whole thing is weird.
Yeah. I don't really like talking to dead people.
Yeah. Let's just see what he wants to talk about.
The elegant tip tap of her heels, she makes her way towards the study. I imagine you can probably tell me where that is, Atlas. I believe. I believe Siren would be there.
Yeah, Siren would actually be here if Avon so decides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she would be.
The mouthpiece of the Golden Martyr.
So
Hey, maybe we can get the earring that she still has.
True. I mean, if you ask.
Yeah. It's not like she can really use it.
Siren,
To assume.
you've been very hard at work here at the Alston Manor.
This is the Blackhand Manor, not the Alston Manor.
Oh.
That guy's dead.
The Blackhand Manor. Sorry.
How dare you refer to the previous institution?
You've been very hard at work here at the Blackhand Manor, sort of organising everything, helping Balthazar out in his physical absence. You've also been hard at work trying to get the remainder of those erudite mines. You've been successful so far. It's a bit more work is needed, but you've managed to get your tendrils into many competing businesses, buying them out. And eventually, there's a moment a couple of days ago where you received a letter that's been plaguing your mind for quite some time. And as you're reading this letter, you hear against the study door.
One moment, please. And she's going to scan the letter, fold it, tuck it away in, siren places, and then get presentable wherever she may be sitting. And it's like, enter.
You see the front desk clerk dutifully open the study door. You see before you a couple of old friends that you've not seen in quite a number of months, Sayun and Grunka.
Oh, hello. And she stands up from her seat. It's like,
hello.
How have you two been? I hope you're doing well.
Oh, he's doing good.
It's been alright, to say the least.
Are you okay, Grunka? Are you having an issue at the moment?
No, I just remembered all the previous months.
All right. Well, it's good to see you here and whole and hale. And I'm sorry I interrupted you. What was that, Sal?
It's been alright the last couple of months. We've been further deep down below the underground than I ever thought I would be. And turns out
I've heard, yes.
that's where Gronk is from.
Yeah.
So
Interesting. I had assumed as such. You seemed far different than the other goblins that I've happened to come across. And you've hinted that you lived in far darker places, so it makes sense that you would live underground.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
The clerk dutifully closes the door behind her.
It's like, well, again, 'tis a pleasure. I was expecting potentially one more, Vellum at least, but if
he
seems
has his
he's-
reservations about getting to the manor.
Ah, yes. Same old Vellum. Well, it's good to see that you two have at least managed to bolster up enough to come along.
Mm. Yep.
I'm sure you've at least gotten your pay.
I have. Vellum has yet to come and pick up his. Gronka, I don't think you picked up yours yet.
We're getting paid.
Yes,
Sal just blinks a bit.
quite a lordly sum.
Oh.
You are Black Hand retainers, as it is.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably go and get that then.
Well,
You probably should. Also, I should mention, Siren, the pay. You are aware of how much that actually weighs, right?
yes.
Okay, because I'll be real, I wasn't expecting 40 pounds of gold coins, that is.
They gave you full-on coins. They didn't give you markers or anything like that. How rude of them. I'll have to have someone take care of that. We can exchange it out for markers. You don't have to carry out actual coins. If you want
Oh,
to,
no.
we can make it platinum.
The coinage is fine, I was just surprised by the, actual weight. I
Okay.
do have acquired a bag of holding.
Ah, quite handy, aren't they?
Very. My
Yes.
god, I didn't even realize how much I actually had on me when I got it. Then when I put it all away, it was just like, huzzah!
Yeah, suddenly the world seems far lighter.
Uh-huh.
Well, are you sure you don't want me to do something about the coinage?
Maybe exchange, half of it.
Okay. Siren's gonna go to the door and call for... It'll be like a brief thing. She's gonna open the door, call for the secretary lady. Say, bring Grunka his pay, and if you can, none of that... She's like, none of that. I don't want them to have to carry around so much coins. Give them markers, something that has a stamp on it.
Of course, Miss Siren. Apologies.
And then she closes the door, turns around with a big old smile. Well, I guess you're here because you wish to talk to Balthazar.
Yes, and I won't lie, receiving the letter was something.
Yes, I can imagine so. It's, I can imagine to those not quite used to dealing with spirits, souls, and whatnot, and the dead, that it can be a bit off-putting to have a sudden, recent letter from someone you imagine dead. Well, he was still technically dead, but that's
I'm
neither here
aware.
nor there, is it?
And Sal sort of raises a hand and taps where the ring finger is, but obviously she doesn't have one. I do recall he had something on. So,
Yes, indeed. In fact, and she's going to walk by the two, and she's going to walk to kind of a cabinet, pull off a small box, walk back over, open it, and then there is a ring within. It's like, in fact, here it is. If you wish, you may put it on if you want to speak to Balthazar directly.
Sao is obviously a little hesitant, and then sort of nods a bit. I do believe he wanted to talk to us, so might as well do it directly. No?
Of course. I'm sure you have a lot to speak about and catch up on.
We kinda do, but something tells me he already knows what happened.
Potentially, we have eyes and ears everywhere these days.
But Sao sort of takes the ring without putting it on right at first, and then just looks to Siren. I know I probably should say this at a better time, but I feel like I just need to tell you. A couple of weeks ago, while we were still down there, I died.
Oh,
And Sao
how
just
interesting.
full on serious expression. I cannot state this far enough, but it is not like people think it is.
No, it never really is it? Did you at least see the gate?
For about, what? 3 seconds?
Then you got farther than most. But at least you're here now, and she kind of gives Sao a once-over, and you seem to actually be looking a lot better. I love the new outfit. Who made it?
You have one guess.
Oh. Well, the clock's right at least twice a day. Yeah, she's like, well, the clock's right at least twice a day. But you do look good, dear.
Just a disgusting sound there. It was brilliant.
It's still Siren.
Yeah, I do like the fact that I gave like the immediate response and you responded in 2 on the second. Alright.
It's like, well, if you wish, put on the ring, dear. You should be able to talk to him. It's a sort of a mental thing. It might be a bit jarring at first, but you'll be able to communicate with him just by thought. And Grunka, would you like something? I know that supposedly we have a new chef that's preparing food, but would you like something to snack upon? Drink? We have some very fine wines here.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe something to clear your throat?
maybe. Yeah, I could take a little bit, but I'm not like. Oh, yeah, you have some little like snacks or something for Webby.
Oh
Yeah.
my, he's grown, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Perhaps I can probably get something. Would Webby prefer something alive or dead? She just kind of like hears that and then like glances to Webby and then back to Grunka like, what did he say?
He said, you know, if you have like a rat or something.
I'm sure we can find some. Let me see if we can. And she is going to, she's going to be taking care of this and getting stuff for Grunka and Webby while Sal's doing her thing. So we can
Sal will
focus on
put
Sal.
on said ring.
Alright. You put on the ring, slide it on your finger for a moment, and wait, confused. A moment goes by. Another moment goes by.
Don't I need to attune to it? Okay, that was really fucking offline. Okay.
It is good to see you. Well, see might be the wrong word.
To believe you are right, but at the same time, you have a lot to see later.
Well, I have seen much. But now, I can see you. Well, the most I can from within a ring.
How have you been?
In a constant state of pain and turmoil. But, well, all things considered, I'm not dead or the slave of an eldritch being, so... It could be worse. How is Grunka?
He's good, actually. Perhaps a little shaken up about the whole ordeal we went through when we were down under for that of the term.
I see. And how have you handled your death?
Visibly, Sao is sort of smiling a bit, but it's not like an happy smile or a sad smile. It's just sort of a knew it kind of smile. I'm handling it about as well as I think I can.
It is not easy, no?
No, it is not what everybody puts it up to be.
Well, the great gates twisting and spiraling. Something pulling you towards it, beyond it, only to be pulled back down and away, off into something else. I'm glad for you that Holy Man put it back in your body. I'm sorry I was not there to help you myself.
It is fair considering your circumstances. I won't lie. 3 seconds in front of that gate felt like an eternity.
You know, you would do well not to experience what it is like in here and out there. There is a terrible thing with death. It distorts you.
I can have a guess at it. Remember, I identified the ring at first.
Yes.
I had a feeling
And I
that
see you have found what it is made of.
Indeed.
How does it feel? Sticking your hand in such a liquid to pull out whatever you wish.
Sao takes out from her coat a small bottle of this liquid metal thing, and then sort of shakes it a bit as she looks at it. It is odd. It is not like sticking your hand into water or cold, slushy ice. It doesn't feel like anything, really. Anything I know.
I know. But you can make amazing things with it. After all, look at where I am. If only you could have seen all of the others. The other creations. If you would like, I know how you care to make, to master. I could introduce you to those who mastered it. Have you learned just how to use such an item to its fullest potential?
I won't
It may
lie.
be uneasy, but I have faith in you and no one else to do so.
I won't lie. That is very tempting. But you may understand my hesitance.
Of course. It did seem he was posed to kill you. But let it not be said I am a fool with words. I convinced him not to. I can convince him to help you as well.
Would say you could call me the demon's advocate for this, but you fill that role yourself very well.
Yes. I suppose I do. Still, I digress. I just wish to offer what I can to allow you to grow. I do not want you to stagnate dead here as I do. I do care.
I know. And for the majority of my time resting, I have not stagnated. I've grown quite a bit. I
I'm
made my
glad.
own little turret golem.
Oh, then you should discuss things with Croven. He has done amazing research in this last half year. He has done wonderful things for our golems. You should see him. Look into his blueprints.
Perhaps will.
Perhaps. But for now, I have a job for you that I can trust you with. Though, I suppose before I get into the meat of it, I wish to ask. It has been long. How are you?
Even if the talk is just mentals, Balthasar gets the sensation that she is sighing deeply. I have been conflicted for a lot of things. And a lot of events have happened that have made me question a lot of past events. There are a lot
I
of things
see.
going on in my life.
Do you wish to speak of them? I was there before. While living,
I
to
have
hear of your
plans.
life.
I have
me
plans to
hear you
return
now.
home at some point. To right what I was accused of. but it likely won't be too soon of an event. There are still certain things I need to think and prepare for.
I see. It is wise to prepare. The reason I am not in some abyss consumed by something beyond understanding is because I have. And you could go into your own abyss, consumed by something, some feeling, some doubts, some rage, that you don't understand either when you return home. So prepare your mind, prepare your soul and your body, so you may be ready. And should you go alone, so very well. And should you need friends, well, I will be here in all of the ways that I can, with or without a body.
And Sao sort of gives a brief look around and then looks to the ring. I do believe you'll have a body pretty soon. So,
Thank you, Scion. Truly. When I call you sister, it is of a place of gratitude. There are not many who would do what you do to help me. And I appreciate it.
you've been nothing but kind to both me, my ideas. Even if you have been a little, and she sort of thinks for a bit, looking for a word, rough towards some others. And if he could see the mental image in her head, it is of the whole ordeal with the handyman down the erudite mine.
I believe I know what you mean. Finish your thought.
I think there is something I would like to talk to you about. However, it is something I would rather discuss with you in person.
I see. I'm glad to hear that in person is something you'll consider, but it seems this is grave news.
Might be, but we'll see how things turn out. There is still the aforementioned job you have.
Indeed. And it ties to in person. I am sending you to a place to receive an artifact, a body part that has immense magic. It will be invaluable to my resurrection. I have come into possession of a thing which may channel such magic. I need it. It will return to me my soul to my flesh. But I need something else. Tis not the thing you will be getting, though. It seems you have met your new brothers here in the Black Hand.
If you're
They are very
referring to
capable.
if you're referring to the others I've met, yes.
Yes, well, 'tis them. However, I must call upon your aid so they may do your job. It seems you will be passing at least nearby a place, a land known as the Moorbog. It is a short jaunt outside the walls, on the way to the Tahojian dynasty. I have a rod. All you must do is find the rough place of where on the map I believe you need to be. This Moorbog right outside the wall has problems, you see. I'm sure you recall our adventures near Morkney, when the world flickered in and out, becoming ours then another. This rod should ground that location. It will take time, much like a tree seeping its roots into the soil so it will not blow away, so too will this rod. From there, I may send others. We can expand, and you will not have to carry such a heavy burden alone to return me. It is vital you do this. This will be likely one of the places that I must go to return. The last thing we want is uncontrolled necromancy, a portal to some black lands, some danger beyond our control, tearing apart as I return, or even healing words and simple raising of the dead to the standard means falls under the purview of necromancy. Who knows how it might twist? So, if you will take this rod, secure those grounds, it will be a small fortification point moving forward, and a foothold for us to be able to repulse the undead constantly attempting to invade Mayland. It would be likely near a series of sunken temples. There's some geographical and arcane importance to the region, you see.
Like the fight with Crofus.
Indeed, just as he turned the world cold. Or, rather, fed the ley line which made it worse in a cycle. So too do we believe there may be something there in those ruins. And despite our image, uncontrolled necromancy is not something we enjoy. That is the realm of the awakened.
The awakened.
Indeed.
Ominous name.
They are the ones who made the bone beast in the port, if you recall.
And you jumped heroically right over its spot.
It would not have been the first time, nor the last I have jumped into death. And neither will this. Not for the things I believe in, Sayun.
I said to you something in Dian's spell. Okay. Alright.
If we want to quickly pan over to somebody else.
I would say I agree, but time.
That's kind of why, because we got like 10 minutes.
I mean, we can always just leave it on the now about this conversation, dude.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Simply ask Sayun, and then Saren will show you. It's a simple rod. It will allow us to find it. From there, we will go about our own means for travel. We will handle it all. All you must do is plant it as you pass. Simple enough.
Alright. It's been good to hear from you again.
And
Even
you as
if-
well, my sister.
Even if this feeling is a little odd, shall we say?
Do not worry, it feels odd for me too. Things are not nice, but I am doing what I can, even in death, to help. Well, perhaps I may have the opportunity to talk to the others some other day. And I have a small satchel for you. He seems, from what I overheard, disinterested in coming here, but nonetheless, I have a pouch with a vial in it. It is just some sand. But some, shall I say, allies of mine procured it. It is the sands near the border of his home, in a small minute glass. I believe it will hold sentimental value. When you give it to him, tell Vellum that Balthazar says, "Happy birthday, humble blacksmith. May the sands of your home be with you."
I will. Absolutely. I've been making a present for him as well. It's been taking a little while longer than I expected.
I see. Well, perhaps it will wrap up soon. On that note, our conversation might as well soon as well. I am growing weary and pain is coming. I need to discuss with one of my others what to do for my mind.
I understand. And will be whoever meets you first when you return to the realm of the living, body in full.
Why, it will be you.
You
Will
know
you
what
not
I'm
help me
referring
return?
to.
Oh, I see. Interestingly, no. I have no interest. Maybe it's just because I am dead. But I have such clarity, Sion. I'm beginning to think in ways I could not before. Perceive and understand things. It is oddly peaceful to be able to shed mortal needs and to be able to focus. I do not wish death unto any others, but a moment to slow down and feel tranquil, between the pain at least, is something I wish you could know.
There is an audible mental giggle before Sao sort of continues. You're beginning to sound like the monks my father talked about a few times. Peace of
I have
mind.
done much. Yes, indeed. I also have come into many new thoughts. You could say I've had thousands. But that is another time. I will share that when you decide you want to learn to master this material fluid.
Till then,
Until then, stay well, Saoyun Greymind. Remember, The Black Hand holds you.
Thank you, Balthazar. Try not to go too mad in there.
There is a silence. As Balthazar goes quiet.
Letting the quiet sort of fall for a few seconds before Sao takes the ring off.
Oh, so I see that your conversation is concluded.
They have.
All right. Well, I hope that everything was hunky-dory. I noticed that it seemed you had a few emotions coming and going.
Sao just looks a bit to Siren. I'm talking to a man who is, and she just air quotes with one hand, dead. It is not every day somebody gets to do this, so it
That's
is a
true.
bit emotional.
Well, I hope everything's fine, at least.
They are, though.
Wonderful.
A few things. Balthazar mentioned to tell you about a rod need for a job.
Right, yes, the rod that we want you to plant. To help us spread our influence, yes.
Along with a gift from Bella.
Yes. Of course, there's... Let me get that for you. And, yeah, she's going to get the aforementioned objects, hand the rod to Sound, just be like, make sure you're quite careful with this, and do make sure to bury it deep. Put it in, hammer it down so it can't be stumbled upon.
I will try my best.
Of course. Thank you again. I very much appreciate your coming here, Sal. It's very nice to see you.
Though your departure was a bit hasty.
Well, when someone's dead and isn't brought back at the appointed time, you have to make some preparations.
I understand that, but you just poofing. It was a little fast. She sort of, Siren can tell that Sao is a little joking about the whole too fast thing, but she gets the point about needing to secure the body.
And also, just for, I guess, I know that we don't necessarily see eye to eye about many things, but it is good to know that you're at least working with us, so it is good to have you a force on our side. I hope for whatever future endeavors we have that you will continue to be.
As far as the future will see, we can only wait and guess.
Well, until then, I guess we'll have the banquet, we'll have some dinner, and then, from what I've heard from word of mouth, you will not be here long.
Not
Passing
that
through,
long.
so to say.
I have a thing to do with the Ocean Dynasty besides
Besides what we're asking you to do.
kind of.
Well, let's just say that the Hosian dynasty is something that is quite dangerous, but then again, there's also a lot that might seem a bit odd. Just keep an open mind, particularly when gods are involved.
Foreshadowing.
Sao is just nodding slowly. With what I've seen so far, an open mind is something I am keeping.
Well, again, it is a pleasure, Sal. Let us go to dinner.
Sao holds up the ring to Siren.
She will take it, put it back into the box, and set it onto the table. Well, she picked it up.
And so, both of you retreat to a magnificent banquet organised by your new chef, temporarily at least new chef, Arngrim Brackenbrick. You spend the evening regaling tales of some of your adventures since you last left each other. And with that, coming along the next session, we'll begin the next morning.
All right. Fun.
So, kudos to Balthazar for that voice mod.
It's maximum spook.
Yeah.
Scary
Way to pull up
absolute
my fucking
fuck
heartstrings, will ya?
tiny. Fuck's sake.
That's the one.
Honeyed words get many
It's
things.
almost like he actually cares about you.
Yeah, man. The family dog is. Everybody loves the family dog.
Yeah. Especially if it can make
The
guns.
the love bombing. Love bombing.
Exactly.
Yes. Plucking the strings of sentimentality.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even honeyed words, it's just trying to roleplay a character who is not too comfortable with talking to somebody she watched die.
Mm.
And then months later, knowing that he had the fucking ring on and everything, getting a letter and a gift from him, and then later on again talking to him. That is
Surreal.
It's interesting to think of an orc with a very traditional sense of death and undeath and spirituality, how this might further affect your perceptions on what really is death and the transition of soul from body to the afterlife and sort of what it can be beyond what is known as is.
Probably should consider how this might develop Salyun's character.
Is he truly dead?
Is that ring
Or
necromancy?
is he simply in a prison and needs you to get the key?
The ring. I would imagine if you detected magic on it, it probably would have enchantment and necromancy, since it does. It very much mimics a high-level necromancy spell called Soul Jar.
Yeah. It
So
also,
that's a whole lot of mixed feelings.
I mean, a lot of healing magic is also necromantic in nature.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Evocation is the healing school, isn't it?
Yeah,
Revivify is one.
Healing spell, like healing magic, has gone through a whole shit ton of changes in different editions. Like a lot of it used to be necromancy. It switched around like 3.5 to some evocation. Yeah. 4th edition, it was completely different. They didn't have any fucking like schools of magic in 4th edition, and then
its powers.
Yeah, and then in 5th edition, they made a majority of them evocation, with a few of them specifically necromancy.
Yeah, and in that case, it's all
is necromancy. Spare the dying is necromancy. False life is necromancy.
Yeah, it's
Resurrection
Other
is
thing that has to
necromancy.
do
again, it
with
falls
the
under the
soul,
purview of which class is
pretty
doing
much
it
is.
as well.
Yep.
No, not the spell.
Revivify is
Regardless,
actually
No, I mean, like,
conjuration.
thematically. I'm talking
Well,
thematically.
Regardless,
Mhm.
this is gonna affect Sao on major levels.
Oh yeah, this was
Yeah.
this was the
Character
heart.
growth.
This was a
Juicy development.
yeah. This was definitely a tugging at the heartstrings moment session.
Of course. Something to consider. Now you have a voice different than Vellum's. Sort of, you have a counterpoint. You have a devil advocate.
Quite literally.
It'll be very interesting to see how all this all plays out.
Oh yeah.
But regardless, did everyone enjoy today's session?
Oh, that was
Yeah.
fun.
Yes.
Oh, hell yes.
If
So
Now,
nervous.
quick question, Jenner. I don't know if, like, since we're still technically in Cliffspire, if you wanted this to be the only session where the fucking was it Hot BS? I keep forgetting.
Extra boys.
Yeah.
BS.
Hot BS
I
folk go
was-
around, or
I
if you want them
was-
to persist as long as we're in Cliffspire. I don't know what the deal is.
I was considering it, next session is probably going to be the last one in Cliffspire. But so if everyone's okay with it, I wouldn't mind having Praz and Prodigy back if they're also okay with it.
Yeah, because
I
I
mean,
only
like
say
have them
because
as a
and
little guest
Alan-
session thing.
I'm fine with it being just a one session thing, but I'm thinking like how to resolve the whole Liska and Vellum going to Lucis thing. So I'm indifferent.
Yeah.
But
For
no,
the whole for the whole thing about being in Cliffspire, I'm okay with them being there, but the moment we leave,
that's
Oh
it.
well, yeah, they're not leaving Cliffspire.
Yeah.
You might encounter them months down when you place that rod, and they can go do their job.
When you
But
bury
they can't
that
do
rod
their job and leave until you do your job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're literally his high-level retainer guards.
Yeah. So I mean, we can keep it to next session, and that'll be about it for the other folks. If you're okay with that,
Yeah. If
Yeah, I'm
anything,
cool with it.
if we have enough time, we can always like do a like a little thing off the site, so it's not like infringing on the actual.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's sort of what
Yeah.
I was going to suggest. If it did
Yeah.
end at the end of this session, like could be done off to the side. But if they're still around, we don't have to give too much credence to them. But they're still present.
yeah.
It allows us to resolve the current things that we're doing.
Prodigy, are you around?
Nonsense. I'm not here.
Oh, okay.
See if we do exist.
Makes sense.
He doesn't
But
exist.
he
He
does.
never existed.
If you want-
There he goes.
Oh, there he goes.
Are
There
you,
he is.
Prodigy? Are you okay with joining us for the next session?
Yeah, why not?
Alrighty.
I hadn't really. When I made Haruk, I made a character that is. Oh, it's a one shot. I'll just make a combat character and with not a whole lot of personality. And now I'm like, oh god, he doesn't have a voice. He doesn't have any cool mannerisms or anything.
I mean,
like, I didn't
How
design
dare you
him
make
to
a
be-
two-dimensional character?
I didn't design him to be like worldly.
I bet it was a surprise when the one-off turned into a 7-off.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on. I'm just nodding like, yeah, okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, I feel it's a
yeah.
little daunting for the people
Oh.
who have zero context.
look,
Yeah,
look,
sorry.
there's a look, new characters. Yeah, cool. Oh boy.
To be fair, you are really rolling well with the punches, and like Haruk is such a awesome, just
I really
He's a
like
good
him.
boy.
really
Yeah.
fun character. So it's not like we're not glad to have him around. I would love to see more of him.
Yeah, I mean, plus if you're not like that comfortable role playing, it's not like it's not going to be a massive thing. It's just going to be like a next session guest spot. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like if you want to be present, you can be,
Shut up.
but don't feel pressured.
Yeah.
You can just
Yeah.
exist within the canon, and then we'd be like, Haruk is here, but let's not address it.
I will be able to interact a lot more once my game is over with. My game is over tomorrow. Like
Okay.
even now, like I'm scrambling to prep for tomorrow's game. So I'm
Okay.
half here, half not here.
No
Because I've
worries.
got like 6 maps I need to complete, and I have
Oh
not
boy.
a lot of hours.
Fuck, man.
But
Man,
tomorrow's
good,
last session.
good old finales.
Yeah, good old
Yeah.
finales. So after this one, I'll be able to focus a lot more, and I'll actually be able to think about what Haruk is and what his personality is. Right
Yeah.
now, he's dumb and gentle, which probably is just all I'm gonna need, because that way I can just roll, like it was said, roll with the punches. Just like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I'm a dumb orc.
If you got any questions, feel free to ask me before next session. Speaking of which, what is next session going to be? Hot BS or main game? What are you feeling, Balth?
Let me check my days off to see what I have to prepare.
Hot BS is still good. At
At
least I'll have a chance to catch
I
up.
have Wednesday and Saturday free. Stuff. Afternoon on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I should be able to do Hot BS this coming Sunday.
Alright.
Do the people here want to do Hot BS?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm fine with either.
Okay.
Always happy to jammer jag.
Yeah.
Love 'em.
Plus,
Well,
I mean...
that
it-
way you'll know how it ends for what roleplay you do have.
Yeah. Plus, if something crops up and you can't do Hot BS, I've got like shit tons prepared throughout the travel. I've got it all planned, and all prepped, all ready to go. It's just this stopping Cliffspire took a little bit longer than expected, but that's fine.
I mean, understandable given the heavy shit going on.
Oh yeah.
By the way, Janier, was the whole dystopia mainly your doing, or did you work in conjunction with Balth to get that mood just right?
I believe I kind of clarified a few things with Balth first.
Yeah. A lot of that was Janner kind of rolling with some of the ideas I had, and he really put it to a picture exceptionally well.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was definitely giving the sense of unease that I expected it to.
It was like
immense rising social status and wealth. You know, so for the majority of the people, this is great. There's no crime. It's a little heavy-handed, but we got to get rid of the bad people. We got to fight the coronavirus.
Not pour away, then there won't be any more poor people.
And then you'll be grand.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry. What was that, Kraz? I swear I heard something. Just don't suck dick, and then you're grand.
All you have to do is not talk shite.
Okay.
Get your fucking head out of the gutter, you fucking.
You are tiny.
spoon.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that your accent is like that.
I mean,
It's indecipherable.
Who needs freedom when you have safety?
Exactly.
Yeah, right?
They basically traded freedom for a gilded cage. A nice, golden, gem-encrusted gilded cage.
Yeah,
and now everything's fine.
Yeah.
We're getting rid of the remaining handyman supporters, right?
Yeah, definitely.
There's been a few. Well, not even quote. No one knows. No one knows.
Just, believe the leadership and glorious righteous leader.
Yeah. They're doing it, and it turns out great. Are you saying you can't trust your government to do things that are good for your health and safety?
That's the funny thing. It's not even the government. The government is a puppet.
What was that? One thing I completely forgot to mention. What was that? What was that propaganda poster you were making, Balth?
Oh fuck! I didn't fully get to finish it because we were changing things on the.
I can
get the work in progress one, or if you got it, yeah.
I got it. Let's see.
Yeah, you can post that one.
Okay.
It's not fully finished.
Okay, no worries.
It was good fun.
Some of these propaganda posters you would have seen across the city would have looked something like this.
Oh, that's not ominous at all.
I don't see it yet, but I'm predicting stripes of drastic color. Balth looking off to the side in a very with a very.
His head is supposed to be in the top left, but yeah.
Good old
it's different than I expected.
Good old propaganda posters.
Yeah,
that's very different.
With the
that's
with the
almost high levels of.
Well, I mean, the
good call.
The salutes you were getting, Vellum, were like Roman salutes with the pinky and the thumb splayed.
Yeah, no, just seeing it there is
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, how can I make my players think and uncomfortable?
Yeah.
I could turn on my webcam because now I have one and show you the fact that I can do the fucking hand splayed out thing.
Well, hang on. Before I do that, I'm going to stop recording.
Yes.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.